Okay, I'm here with Matt Long in Arlington tonight.
Hi.
He's playing with his band Catfish, but we're not going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about a side venture that you've got, which is the Matt Long Trio, is it now?
It's just Matt Long, although I understand, because I've done quite a few gigs with it now, and people have said the Matt Long Band or the Matt Long Trio and things like that, so, but it is just Matt Long, actually.
So it's you, it is a three-piece though?
It is a three-piece, yeah.
But it's a lot heavier, a lot rockier.
It is a rock band, certainly. I don't know if it's like I think it's definitely a heavy rock band.
Is it So Long you've got the video of on YouTube?
Yeah,
just called So?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, I say long, it's 7 minutes plus.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I think you've just gone over 2,000 views on that?
Last time I looked it was at 1.9 thousand.
Well, it's gone over 2
and I think that was about a month or so ago, so I think it might have done.
But I've listened to that quite a few times now, and it's got a great sound. I mean, the riffs, are just amazing.
Thank you.
It really comes across brilliant, and your voice works really well with it as well.
Yeah, man. Thank you. It's not new territory, because I used to do a whole lot of rock bands, like back in my college days and things like that. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm, not one of the reasons, but that's why I'm starting it back up again, because I miss doing like the proper heavy side of things. I think it's a part of my ego that has been neglected over the past few years because of Catfish taking off and doing a few little things.
Frustrated rocker.
It's frustrated for the right reasons though, because obviously I'm very happy with what Catfish has done, and that's absolutely going to carry on going forwards and keep going in strides.
It must be nice to have a side project though that is so diverse and so different to your main band.
I always hesitate calling things side projects, because it's like because that means that one of them is lesser than the other, and that kind of thing. It's like every time I'm doing a gig, the other band is my other band. Yeah. So if I'm doing a Matt Long show, Catfish is my other band. If I'm doing a Catfish show, Matt Long is my other band. Kind of thing. It's like a rule. It's like a superstition kind of thing.
No, that's fine. I mean, like I say, from what I've heard, it sounds amazing. Anyway, and your drummer puts Animal to shame.
Yeah,
his arms are flailing everywhere.
Mr. Kev Hickman, and I lucked out so hard, really. I'll tell you the story actually about how he managed to come in the band. So originally I had another friend of mine on the drums. He was a very, 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 very good drummer. One of the best I've played with. But we were rehearsing the songs, we were writing the songs, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared. I tried messaging him, I tried calling him, and nothing. I couldn't get hide nor hair of him, nowhere. And disappeared off Facebook, all that kind of stuff. So I had to find someone else to come in to dep in for him. So then I had my friend Luke Nelson, who is in another band I'm in actually, called Seven Smith, which is still going, but we need to find a new singer. So if any of you can sing like Miles Kennedy, come give me a call.
Or Miles Kennedy, if you're
Or Miles Kennedy, if you're listening, give me a call, because that'd be awesome. But yeah, and then we had a couple of gigs lined up for the band, and I think about a couple of weeks, maybe even a week and a half before the shows, Luke busted his arm by falling down the stairs. It wasn't broken or anything, but it was damaged enough to mean that he had to take a couple of weeks out of drumming. I think it was like a ligament thing, which obviously for drummers that's a really important.
It's worse,
yeah. For everyone, it's a really important thing, but so he couldn't do the gig. So then I was just frantically looking around for someone to come play drums with me, and I met Kev years ago when Catfish supported Ollie Brown.
Okay, yeah. Ollie from Raven Eye.
Raven Eye. It wasn't a Raven Eye show, but it was the
show.
lineup of Raven Eye, but it was Ollie's stuff. Years ago, down in Portsmouth at the Cellar Bar in Eastney, which is now closed, unfortunately. I absolutely loved his drumming. Like you say, he puts Animal to shame. He's just so entertaining to look at, and such a great drummer.
And has a smile on his face.
Exactly. He's just always having fun, and he just whacks it really hard. I was like, if I've ever got lucky enough to work with someone like that one day, I'd be very, very happy. And he was one of the first names that jumped to mind. In fact, he was the first name that jumped to mind, because he messaged me not too long before this event, saying that he would love to work with me at some point.
You went, ah.
And I was
As
like,
that happens.
as soon as all that kind of all the mishaps happened.
So the planets aligned perfectly.
Exactly, yeah, it kind of fell into place a little bit. I eventually found out that the drummer, who originally was meant to play with me,
And the one who disappeared.
the one who disappeared. The reason why he disappeared was because he was actually homeless for a little bit, because he was in a long-term relationship and they were living together, and then they broke up, and then he didn't really have a place to live. So absolutely fair enough. But by the time he had got his affairs in order and he was back on the tracks, Kev was there, and Kev just absolutely dominated it. I think we did like 2 rehearsals before the gig, and he absolutely nailed it. I think actually one of the rehearsals was when he was flying back from Italy, like on the day of the rehearsal. So I think he flew from Italy, drove to I think Woking, wherever he had the rehearsal. Did the show, did the rehearsal, and absolutely nailed it. He really did.
Well, you've got the right person. When
exactly, yeah, and that was like Adam and I kind of just looked at each other and was just like, yeah, this guy's awesome. And he was super. The reason why I didn't ask him before is because I thought he'd be super busy.
Yeah.
And he is, but he's not busy in the sense that he's off touring everywhere. He's busy because he runs a music school called Rhythm Room.
Oh, okay.
In Milton Keynes. It teaches kids and everyone really, all ages. So he's busy with that, but it doesn't mean that he's off in a different country all the time. He plays with Chrissy Matthews a lot, and he does tour around a lot with them. But at the same time, I'm doing a lot of Catfish stuff anyway, so it kind of works out, just organise things a bit better. But yeah, super happy that Kev managed to get in.
I mean, we talked earlier, obviously, about your other band, Catfish, and how busy you guys are this year. How does Matt Long fit with that schedule? And obviously, you've got this single "So" that's on YouTube and stuff. What's happening music-wise, being released, etc.?
Music-wise, we're working on an album, and to the point where we're nearly done writing the album, but we're recording it at the same time. That's where that music video came from. Recording it in Anchor Baby Studios in Kent with our friend Dan Lucas, who's in a band called Salvation Chain. Plug. Yeah, Dan's great to work with. And yeah, we're kind of still finding the way a little bit in the sense that we've got 2 more songs to write, which are written. I've written them, but they just need like fine tuning, and I need to bring them to the guys to learn.
So does this heavier rock style, does it give you more of a scope to kind of project yourself more as a person or in your music?
It projects a different side of me. Like, I project one side of me with Catfish, or at least with my material from Catfish, because obviously Paul sings a bit as well. But this one, like I say, it's been a side that I've neglected for a while, and there are certain songs I had written that just weren't going to work with Catfish because they're far too heavy.
This is your naughty side coming out.
A little bit. There are a few, like for instance, there are a few subjects that, for instance, I wouldn't want to sing with my dad on the keyboards, if you know what I mean. A few risque subjects, but and also there's a few little nerdy ones as well. There's a song that I wrote called Stone Bones, and I'm a Game of Thrones fan, and that song is actually written about one of the characters in it. In fact, actually, it's kind of a mesh between 2 characters. So it's just stupid things like that, and like.
So that's where your geeky bit comes in.
Well, yeah, exactly.
People who obviously are Game of Thrones enthusiasts.
Exactly,
yeah. On that,
but I also wanted to make it a point as to you don't have to be a Game of Thrones fan to get that song.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it's more. I don't want to say the word experimental because that's not right.
Yeah, because your new album for Catfish is experimental.
Yeah, because we pushed the boundaries a little bit with that. As it is, to the point where people go, "That's not blues," but
I guess you can
they're
kind
probably
of
right, but
whack the distortion up a little bit more and turn the volume up to 11 a little bit. And just go for it.
Mainly because Kev Hickman hits the drums so hard that we all have to turn up a little bit.
Well, like I say, I mean, the song "So," the riff on that is just amazing. It's really addictive. You get it in your head and you can't get out again. I think that's the sign of a great riff.
That's one of the things I've been getting into recently. Is like the more not sleazy side of things, but the more hard rock. Like Slash, people like that. Get more into them recently, but at the same time, I love bands one of my favourite all-time bands is a band called Alter Bridge. Miles Kennedy, if you're watching.
I keep saying if you've got a few days through.
Exactly. Yeah, a band called Alter Bridge, one of my all-time favourite bands. And they were kind of one of the inspirations that kind of booted me into doing the solo stuff. Because I've seen them live quite a few times, and every time I see them, I keep missing that side of me, and I miss doing the heavy things. But I love doing the blues rock stuff as well. That's where I'm born and bred.
That's your bread and butter as well.
Exactly, yeah, I absolutely love it. And the amount of times people have come up to me at a Matt Long show and say, "Is Catfish going anymore?" It's like, yes, it is. It's just a different side.
Yeah.
You know, they're both equal in the sense that I love blues and I love rock.
This is my vice side of music.
Exactly, yeah. And you know, it's a completely different band, really, despite the fact that the bass player is the same in both of them. But
I think a lot of the best bands that I've known in the world have been three-piece bands. It seems to work really well. You know,
that's one
the
of the
chemistry
things.
seems to work.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've not been scared about. Tentative is probably the right word. Because I always like having, you know, I like guitar solos and things like that as much as the next guitarist. So I always like having something underneath me to kind of help that up a little bit.
Go off on your tangent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I've always wanted, you know, either another guitar player or a keyboard player or anything like that kind of thing. But it felt natural to keep it as a three-piece, at least for the minute. You know, and also because I can't afford another guitar player. But yeah, it's an interesting thing because when you get the right people and the right tones, like I say, Kev hits drums like there's no tomorrow.
So some of the loudest bands I've ever seen have been three-piece bands.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
like you look at a band like
Motorhead for one.
Motorhead. They're exactly. I saw them at Download one time, and I'm pretty sure they weren't even going through the PA. They were that loud. And that's like 80,000 people.
Modern bands like Bad Flowers, now Wolfjaw. Wolfjaw. They're a three-piece, but they're so loud. When you see them live, they're so loud.
It's all about production, like the production side of things as well. Like you look at a band like, I guess they're an okay example, like Muse.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've ever heard like a more fat-sounding band. Admittedly, they do have like, you know, tracks and things like that, but the main center of it is a three-piece. So yeah, that's kind of one of the things that interested me, was to see how, you know, just how fat I can get the sound with just three people. But you never know, I might branch out if I can actually afford to get another member at some point, because like, I do like having someone to feed off of as well. I mean, obviously I feed off of Kevin and Adam as well, but like, you know, every now and again, nice little guitar harmony might help.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard though, obviously with the three-piece so far,
exactly.
It's loud, it's in your face, it's aggressive, it just sounds really great.
It's really fun to play.
And if that's
well,
the stamp of what's to come, I for one am quite excited about seeing what happens in the future for your solo work, you know?
Thank you, yeah.
You know, keep going with Catfish, but I'm really looking forward to your solo stuff as well.
Thank you so much, man, and like I say, they're both continuing as they are, you know, it's like nothing's taking the place of anything. No. It's all like, it's a different page. Exactly, yeah, it's just different sides, you know.
So brilliant. So best of luck with the solo
career,
and I sort of say I look forward to when you get the album finished to giving it a listen. And
I don't know when it's going to come out. Like I say, we're still working on it, and obviously we're just releasing a Catfish album at the minute, and I don't want to kind of tread on that. I want to wait until we've run a course of that a little bit, and then I'll release the solo stuff. So hopefully before the end of the year.
Well, also there's no pressure for you as well with that, because you've got the Catfish project going, so you can concentrate on that.
Yeah, that train's already rolling, whereas this one's kind of just...
So it gives you a little bit of leeway to, when you've got the time, to step to the side.
Yeah, exactly. I won't leave it too long, but I need to kind of wait for the right time to get it out there.
Well, hopefully we'll see also solo side of you touring as well at some point, playing a few stages.
Yeah, we've actually already got some bookings in. In fact, actually, I think we're doing some European stuff already. And I think we've only done like 5 shows so far.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, no, that's going to keep going. That's going to hopefully build a little bit as well.
So do you have a social media side for the Matt Long solo stuff?
We do. Well? It's just Matt Long, all capital letters, because otherwise you're just going to find my own Facebook page. Yeah, we've got a YouTube channel as well where the music video is up. Again, it's just Matt Long, all capital letters.
So it's got all the events and stuff on the Facebook page?
Yeah, got all the events on the page. I'm working on a website. find time to work on a website, or maybe I might get some help, because I'm not very good at doing it, help with that. But yeah, it's all early stages at the minute, but it's kind of coming out at the early stages now. Yeah. It's kind of feeling like it's starting to stand up and walk a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
It's growing as a...
Yeah. I'm very excited. I really am.
That's excellent. Well, thank you for talking to Two Finger Media today, and
thank you.
best of luck with it in the future.
Thank you, man. Thank you.